Good afternoon to today's Aloha Friday. And welcome everyone to the Water and Land Committee hearing today, Friday, April 11, and we're in room 229. Just some housekeeping measures. We ask for those testifying, we ask that you stand on your written testimony or limit your testimony to 1 minute. That also includes those that are on Zoom as well. And this video of the hearing can be found in the Senate's YouTube channel. And I'm sure some of you after will spend the time on the weekend watching us again. And we'll have decision making after today's hearing as well. So thank you, members, for being here. For some of you, as you know, we are winding down almost halfway, more than halfway, and our schedules next week will be in conference. And so there's many of us are still having hearings up until today. Let's proceed with our amended schedule. And this is for all of the governor's messages. And as we know their names, but when we receive messages from the governor, you all have a number. So we will proceed with GM 745. And this is the submitting for consideration and confirmation to the Natural Area Reserve System Commission that we all know as NARS program. The nominee is Thorne Abbott for a term to expire June 30th, 2029. And members, just to refresh our memories again, this is for going on the second term of Mr. Abbott. DLNR. Okay. Thank you, Emma. Lemana, Yamata, Ahamoku. Okay. Mahalo, Makaala Kaumoana. Sends testimony on his behalf from Hanalei for the Hanalei Watershed Hui, and also support from Maui Nui Marine Resource Council. And Mark Turtletop sends testimony on your behalf, and Jonetta Peters as well. Let's see. Thorne Abbott, come on up. And we thank you for your service as well on your second term. Just to let you know that
thank you very much for the
you
opportunity
still want to
here.
continue, and we appreciate the fine work
serve.
that you have done, and I'm sure the agency has recognized that as well.
Yes, thank you. Glad to serve. Thank you very much.
Okay, so what has been your goal this last couple of years that you've served on?
I think that
and what you see for the future for the commission as well.
in particular for the marine reserves, I think it's very important to keep an eye on what's going up on Mauka lands and how that could impact the marine reserves, and making sure it goes through a good, thorough process so any potential impact could be avoided, minimized, or mitigated to the best extent possible. And that's why I think I can play a role in.
Well, you have a good background in environmental planner as well. So, you know, that's well needed in our agencies, and in particular, this particular program that's managed by DOFAR, and with the kind work that you all do, we certainly appreciate. Any questions for Mr. Abbott? You see how good we are, because we appreciate your service. All right. Okay, let's proceed then, members, to GM 783. And this is submitting for consideration and confirmation to the Kaho'olawe Island Reserve Commission. The nominee is Benton Pang for term to expire June 30th, 2028. And let's see. Okay, GM 783. Michael Naho'opi'i.
Michael Dolphy, Executive Director, Kaho'olawe Island Resort Commission. On behalf of the Kirk, we stand in strong support of the nominee.
Okay, mahalo. Okay, Lemana, Kamata.
Executive Director for the Hawai'i State of Hawaii. We stand in our testimony of strong support for this document. Thank you.
Okay, mahalo. Okay, Wayne Tanaka, Sierra Club. Since, I thought I saw Wayne walking in the hallway, but Wayne, did you go back on Zoom?
Not on Zoom, Chair.
Okay, sends testimony in support as well. IT, see if we have, Malia Oliveira, on Zoom.
Also
with-
not on Zoom, Chair.
with the Hawaiian Civic Clubs of Kauai. Sends communication in support. Lemomi Khan. Okay. Oh, Wayne, that's okay. We'll have Lemomi come up.
Yeah.
Yes, mahalo.
Mahalo, Chair. I have submitted written testimony, and while I would stand on the testimony, I just felt I'd like to add a little personal touch.
Sure,
And that
we'd like
is,
to hear that.
yes, and that is that besides Benton's professional credentials, I want to emphasize his personal values. I have known Benton for maybe 50 years because I know his parents, Victor and Jane Pang. And like his parents, he's following in their steps by contributing to the uplifting
Mhm.
of the Native Hawaiian community and for doing what is environmentally right. And so in my testimony, you did see that I reflected on his first term with the Kaho'olawe Island Reserve Commission. He's done a good job. But all said and done, what I wanted to emphasize is his values of being ha'aha'a, of kuleana. He takes full responsibility for anything that he gets himself engaged in, for pilina, for building relationships, which is so important when you serve on a commission, for kupa'a, for being steadfast, for being pono, and most of all, for being aloha. And that's all I wanted to share. Thank you.
Mahalo, that's very nice, very kind of you. Okay, Wayne Tanaka.
Good afternoon, Chair, Vice Chair, members of the committee, Wayne Stocker, Sierra Club Hawaii. We're a strong support of this nomination. I'll just say, everything that Auntie Lemomi said, Dr. Pang is, his expertise, but really it's his integrity and his dedication that I've witnessed over, years and years and years, and not just for Kaho'olawe, but in all kinds of other arenas, with the civic clubs, with, with Red Hill and invasive species. So he's one of those quiet folks that just is so dedicated to making Hawaii a better place, and just really want to enthusiastically support his nomination. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. See, I called all right. Also, we received communications in support from Mahialani Cipher, and that's Maka'ala Kaumoana, Kane Kawai Ola Lindsay from the Hawaiian Civic Clubs, testimony from Moana Lua Gardens, Ian Castino, Norman Lanos, as well as Keoni Shizuma, Joshua Kaakua, Kia Kala, Alexander McNichol, Bert Lum, and Makana Paris and Jonetta Parkers as well. Is there anyone else here wishes to speak on GM 783?
I do.
Yeah.
Mahalo.
Okay, come on up, state your name. for the
Aloha,
record.
I'm Georgette Nohea Stevens. I'm the Pelikikena president of Waianae Hawaiian Civic Club. And aloha, Chair and members of this committee. So mahalo for making this opportunity available for us to speak in strong support of Dr. Benton Keali'i Pang. As the Pelikikena of the Waianae Hawaiian Civic Club, we have worked together with Dr. Keali'i Pang over the years through both the Association of Hawaiian Civic Club and the Oahu Council of the Hawaiian Civic Club. I again offer my strong support for his confirmation to serve on the Kaho'olawe Island Reserve Commission. Keali'i is not only a respected scientist and environmental advocate, but also a dedicated cultural practitioner and community servant. he has deep aloha for our aina and our lahui, and it's evident in all that he does. Through our work together, I've witnessed Keali'i's unwavering commitment to the perpetuation of Hawaiian culture, environmental stewardship, responsible leadership. He brings a unique combination of professional expertise in marine biology and conservation science, as well as a heart guided by cultural values and lived experience. His contribution have consistently reflected the highest level of integrity, humility, and service. I respectfully urge your favorable consideration of Dr. Pang's confirmation. And again, mahalo for the opportunity to provide this testimony.
Okay. Mahalo to you as well. Anyone else wishes to speak to GM 783? Okay, all right. Dr. Pang. Aloha and
Aloha.
good morning. Good to see you. Okay, and mahalo for your past work with Kirk and the members here on Waterland certainly appreciate the active responsibilities that folks like yourself are so active with this island that I often say to Michael, I guess maybe it's a great thing that I live in Hilo, so I'm on the flight every week, Monday, and then go back home on Fridays. And it's so lovely to see the island and the progress that I've seen over the years. And when you see the green things, then you know, oh, the plants are surviving and the trees are growing. It just gives you kind of chicken skin.
Yes.
Yeah, and so we thank you for your service. And so how have things been? And don't feel ashamed, even if Michael is here. You can tell our committee that are we providing the necessary funds for the work, you know, because he's a good, I tell you, he can come visit us when we're working on budget, all the needs. So share with us.
Yeah, Mike is a great executive director. He has, as a commissioner, before our meetings, the packets have all the information needed and very explanatory, especially when it comes to the budget. He gives us spreadsheets. He keeps us updated on funding initiatives, both here in Hawaii and nationally, as far as NGOs that he's applying for to support the restoration of the island. It's getting greener, which is nice. He has great staff, and it's just wonderful working with Mike. I do want to add, when I was back here in 2020 with you, you had asked to visit the island. So I'd like to put Mike on the spot here.
We're still wishing that.
We're still waiting for their trip out to Olave. So I'd like to put that on the record.
But we have to make sure we got the boats, right?
Get the boat ramp fixed up.
Okay, go ahead.
And make sure it's safe when you get there. But yeah, it's been a pleasure working with them. I offer both cultural knowledge to helping guide the commission, as well as my biological expertise here from learning here in the island. So I'm happy to serve in another term and hope that you would support me in that. Thank you very much.
Certainly, and 4 years will come fast,
Yes, it
but
will.
we certainly need people with your background as well. And we just mahalo you for all that you have done as well. Now, since we're on the topic, how do you think now that weather has changed completely throughout the world, sea level rise, and all the other issues that we're experiencing? And I know the only way anyone can get there is by boat.
Yeah.
Or I don't know if the canoes go there as well. Maybe some do, but
We had an
landing
incident.
and everything else, do we need any more improvements because of sea level rise? And share with us,
Yeah,
Michael,
Mike
too,
can
you
come.
know,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm
But I
just
would say that
curious because, you
They
know,
would love it.
because it's, it's an unpopulated area. So not like sea level rise that's gonna affect all of us on the populated islands.
So with regards to sea level rise, what we're doing right now is that we've been getting some funding from OCCL, Office of Coastal and Conservation Lands, and to demonstrate, to utilize for coastline restoration projects that they can't do here on Oahu because there's too many people running around the
Exactly.
beach and all this infrastructure. But we're demonstrating, and they're actually on the island next week to come look at some of the things that we've been doing that are not impacted by all these people that are running around the beach, and what is possible if you keep people off the beach, and how you can restore sand dunes and create more coastal habitats on the areas. But for right now, I mean, the boat works fine. It's the most cost-effective way of getting people to Kaho'olawe. And our biggest thing in the next few years is, I think we had a presentation for Ways and Means a few years just before the fire, was our Kihei site was to create our education cultural center that we're asking for CIP funding so that we can generate money to help the restoration project, and also to help create a new tax base in the Kihei area. And, you know, one of these days when people are coming back to Maui, because it's kind of seemed kind of dreary the last few years, but we can have people learn more about what we're doing on the island, all this climate change issues that we want to promote, and also Native Hawaiian cultural practices with regard to restoration and rehabilitation of areas. So one of these days we'll get the CIP
Sure.
money. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and we'll get on to visit on the
Yes.
folks there. Well, we need to do that in a couple of days, so we can all start doing our own planting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got accommodations for us?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nice. to
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're
Any
ready whenever you guys are
questions?
ready.
All right, any questions, members?
Thank-
Hearing
thank
none.
you. Thank you very much.
Mahalo.
Mahalo.
And let's proceed then with our next GM. It's GM 770, and submitting for consideration and confirmation to the Commission on Water Resource Management nominee Hannah Springer for a term to expire June 30th, 2028. Okay, Jara. DLNR, Commission on Water Resources. Whoa, oh, sorry. You know what? I'm so sorry, because we're on Kaho'olawe. That's complete Kaho'olawe. It is my error. Okay, we can't skip Jansen. All right, okay. GM 762, submitting for consideration and confirmation to the Kaho'olawe Island Reserve Commission nominee Jensen Chuck for a term to expire June 30th, 2029. Okay. And we'll be up for Michael.
Michael Dalby again, the Director of Kaho'olawe Island Reserve Commission. On behalf of the commission, we stand in strong support of our testimony for the nominee.
Mahalo, Lemana, Damati, Ahamoku.
We stand in strong support of this nominee.
Okay. Mahalo. IT is Kylie Mar on Zoom.
Aloha, Chair. Aloha.
Aloha.
Aloha. Aloha, Chair Noi.
Yeah.
And committee. Kylie Pomaikaimar in Hakeoawa, Kaho'olawe, here to represent the Protect Kaho'olawe Ohana. We stand on our testimony. We're here with 43 students, faculty, and staff from Volcano School, Anuenue, Punahou, and Kamehameha schools during our restoration work in Hakeoawa. Mahalo.
Oh, mahalo to you as well. Also on Zoom, IT, do we have a Kanoilani Stewart?
Hello, Kako. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
proceed.
Hello, Nuikako. My name is Konoelani Stewart. I'm from Lahaina, Maui, testifying in strong support of GM 762, the nomination of Jensen Kalama Chalk to serve on the Kaho'olawe Island Reserve Commission. I've known Kalama since my first trip with the Protect Kaho'olawe Ohana to Hakeoawa, where he served as a kua alaka'i, a leader who was and continues to be grounded in our Ike Hawai'i, Olelo Hawai'i, and values of Aloha Aina. As a kumu and a makua, he is more than qualified to be in this position to be able to support the Kaho'olawe Island Reserve Commission's goals of managing and restoring Kaho'olawe, as well as being a strong bridge between Kirk and the PKO to continue to perpetuate Aloha Aina, to ultimately heal and revitalize the cultural and natural resources of Kaho'olawe. Please vote yes on GM 762. Mahalo.
Hello, Kanoilani. Holden Takahashi on Zoom.
Not present, Chair.
Okay, Ka'ulu Lu'uwai.
Standing on my written
Oh,
testimony.
do you, you wanna, yeah, you signed up to speak? Okay, proceed.
Aloha ka'ululu'uai, born and raised on Maui. I submitted written testimony. I am a 30-year member of the Protect Kaho'olawe Ohana because I was born into it. My family is from Makena, Maui, but I am also a board member for the Protect Kaho'olawe Ohana. But I'm here in my personal capacity because you already heard from our Ohana that is on Kaho'olawe. I just want to give my enthusiastic support for Jensen Kalama, as we call him, Chalk, a great nominee. And I just want to add that he was actually selected from our internal process with the Ohana, so he has the full support of most of the members who participated in our voting process. And that just goes to show, because we have many, many members across Hawaii. So he has the full support of the Ohana. I just want to share that. Mahalo.
Okay, mahalo, and thank you for your work as well. I thought you were going to say you were born on Kaho'olawe. Okay, all right. We did receive communications for Jansen as well. There's 35 of them here sending information, but we are timed. We do have to get out of here by 2:30. But mahalo to all of those that have sent communication with no opposition on this as well. Okay, Jensen, Chalk. Aloha to you too, and mahalo as well. As I did mention to him when I personally did the interviews, is do you have time yet for some more work? But we appreciate your expertise and your mana'o with Kirk as well.
I cannot complain about the workload when looking at you guys, so I'm good.
We're not too bad because we're here 4 months, but yeah. But then we're thankful we can go back to our islands and address, we're doing the people's work, but we can go back to our constituents.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, now we're so happy that I'm not sure where Michael found you, but you have very interesting background and we appreciate the work. And I'm sure all of those that have been supportive of yourself as well appreciates and are with you all the way. So let's hear how you can add to the work before you.
As a humu and a kanaka Hawaii, I really think about the olono'eo, he ali'i ka aina, he kauaka kanaka. And just to be able to serve the aina, serve Kaho'olawe is just a natural thing. And we've been going to Kaho'olawe since I was a junior in high school, and I've grown into an adult and bring my keiki to Kaho'olawe since they're like 2 years old. So the impact that Kaho'olawe has on me, and I've seen that same kind of impact start at a young age for my kids. I just want to try and bring that impact to as many people as possible, because it's something that we're missing, is connection to aina and really valuing that that deep bond that we should have, and care for land, care for white, and hope to be able to continue that through this kuleana. Yeah.
Okay. Members, any questions that you may have? Mahalo again, and we'll be making decision upon after our last GM. Mahalo. Have a
Mahalo.
seat. Thank you so much. Okay, all right, we will proceed then with GM 770. And this is submitting for consideration and confirmation to the Commission on Water Resource Management nominee Hannah Springer for a term to expire June 30th, 2028. Okay, Chara, here we go.
Now's my time.
Okay,
Aloha Chair, Vice Chair, members of the committee. I'm so happy to be here with you today to testify on behalf of the Department of Land and Natural Resources. My name is Kira Kahahane. I am the Deputy Director for the Commission on Water Resource Management. We strongly support the governor's appointment of Hannah Kihalani Springer to serve on the Commission on Water Resource Management. Ms. Springer is highly qualified for this appointment, and she will bring to the commission an extraordinary record of public service, community advocacy, and steadfast dedication to environmental and cultural stewardship. As the Loyal Water Commissioner, she will ensure that Indigenous knowledge systems are not only represented, but meaningfully engaged in shaping water policies. Her ability to elevate and articulate the ike of place-based communities will significantly strengthen the work that we are doing. We look forward to her leadership as a cultural expert whose life and work exemplify a profound commitment to kuleana. Mahalo for the opportunity to testify in strong support of the nomination and appointment of Hannah Kihalani Springer to the Commission on Water Resource Management.
mahalo. Okay, Department of Hawaiian Homelands.
Hello,
Okay.
Chair, Vice Chair, members of the committee, Oriana Leal, WTL Department stands on to the testimony and instructs support of this nomination.
Mahalo. Lemana, Mate.
One of the Mate Hawaii State Ahamoko, we stand all group items testify in support of Hannah Springer's nomination. We totally support this.
Mahalo. Okay, it's good to have you back, Leimana. Okay, on Zoom, County Council of Maui, Keani Rollins Fernandez, IT.
Not present, Chair.
Okay, sends communication in support. Oha,
Aloha Chair, Vice Chair, Lafante, members of the committee, Lena Holloway on behalf of Office of Hawaiian Affairs. We'll stand on our written testimony and strong support, but since Auntie Hannah's in the room, I just want to mahalo her for her years of service and dedication to the Native Hawaiian community as a true leader and someone who has given up herself for others.
mahalo. Olan Fisher.
Testify.
Yeah, please. Yep. Whoever wants to come up and speak into the mic, please feel comfortable.
Aloha, Ova'o Alex, Punani Kanali, no Kahalu, Kola Poko Mayao. I'm here today on behalf of Kua'aina Uluawamo to stand upon our written testimony in support of ANSI as the Loea of the Water Commission. And I wanted to add a few personal notes after knowing Auntie Hannah for about 15 years now. Auntie Hannah is a historian, a kilo, an orator, protector, salt of the earth, and an extension of the heavens. She's a storyteller, truth seeker, lesson finder, alignment builder, and the writer of the narrative that I put my faith in. Auntie Hannah bridges dualities. She's grassroots, she's a trustee. She's on the ground in the courtroom, in the mala, in the boardroom. She's in the community-based subsistence fishing areas, up Mauka to the community-based subsistence forestry areas. She's a keynote speaker, but also a one-on-one listener and handholder. Auntie can tell you how much it rained last month, last year, last decade, and beyond. I remember commenting on her memory, and she reframed it for me as survival. When a loea says ola I kawai, there's a different weight and a gravity to heed. Auntie Hannah has depths of ike to teach, share, and guide us. She can tell us about water, and she could tell us about life. E ola kawai vai o makua kihalani. Mahalo.
Mahalo as well. Okay. Earth Justice, Harley. Good to have you. Mahalo.
Aloha mai kako. My name is Harley Broyles. I'm an attorney with Earth Justice, and I'm testifying today in support of GM 770, the confirmation of Hannah Kihalani Springer to the Water Commission. This hearing comes after a year of controversy over the nomination process, and this committee finally has the opportunity to confirm an appointee that was lawfully selected and is fit for the loea role. Ms. Springer is also, without a question, a true loea. Ike ia no ka loea I ke kuahu. This olelo noea explains that it is what one does and how well she does it that shows whether she is an expert in a particular area. Ms. Springer's credentials show her expertise and ability to do what the Loea Commissioner role was created to do. Ensure the protection of traditional and customary rights of Ahupua'a tenants and the water rights of Kuleana and Taro lands. She is precisely what our Wai and our community needs on the Water Commission. And I just want to take a moment to thank this committee for the opportunity to testify and Chair Inouye for your leadership in ensuring the best candidates are selected and confirmed for this role. Mahalo.
Mahalo as well. Malia Lewis on Zoom.
Not
Testifying,
present, Chair.
okay, for Laiopua 2020. And we all know Laiopua is in West Hawaii and in Kona. Malia Oliveira, Moku o Mano Kalani Ipo Kauai on Zoom.
Also not present, Chair.
Okay, and sends support. Poleka Goro Inaba, the council chair for County Council, Hawaii. Okay. Kaikea Nakachi, Hui Kahuvai on Zoom. IT,
They're present, Chair.
okay, sends.
Hola, can you hear me?
Oh, yes, yes. Proceed. Is that your?
Thank you.
Kaikea?
Yeah, this is me. I'm here as an individual and as a representative of the organization Hui Kahuai. I stand on our written testimony in strong support of Auntie Hannah's appointment, and just wanted to share that I've had the privilege to learn and work alongside Auntie Hannah in Ke Kahawai Ole, the waterless lands of Kona on Hawaii Island. Some years we receive less than a foot of rain, and I'm blessed to have many lessons from Auntie Hannah over the years. She contains generational knowledge of not just surviving but thriving in these dry and arid lands. And I think she brings so much to the table, and I think all of Hawaii has much to learn from Auntie Hannah. And considering the previous appointments to this commission, I would say her experience, her integrity, and cultural understanding is extremely needed, and strongly support her appointment. Mahalo.
Mahalo to you too. Mike Nakachi, Moana Ohana on Zoom.
Not present, Chair.
Okay, mahalo. All right. Dr. Pang, please.
I submitted
Please.
late testimony,
Sure.
I stand on my support testimony for Q.
Okay. Mahalo. All right. Okay, we do have, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, almost 9 people on Zoom. And we do have, is anyone here that wanted to speak that have not, then we'll go on those on Zoom right now. Okay, Sierra Club, yep. Yes. I was looking for.
Good afternoon again, Chair, Vice Chair, members of the committee, Wayne Snackwith, Circle of Hawaii. We're in strong support of this nomination. There's not much I think I can really add, to the 454 pages of supportive testimony. But I will echo, I think, what others have said about my personal experiences over the last 15 years with Auntie Hannah. I've just been so privileged and so blessed to work with her and to learn from her so many things about about integrity, about compassion, about dedication to place and to Hawaii, and the power of aloha kekahi. And the Water Commission is going to have to make some really tough decisions, right? We're in a bad place right now with what's happening to our planet and how it's going to affect Hawaii. And water is going to be one of the most important things that we need to focus on. And I almost wish Auntie Hannah could just retire after a lifetime of dedication, but we need her. We need someone with her
That's not
expertise.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
That soon.
Yeah, it might be a little unrealistic, but I'm just fully confident in having her play this role. It's incredibly vital role on the Water Commission, and I think it's evident that we will be there to support her, and it's evident that the community will also be there to support her and to support the commission in its work. So happy to answer any questions. Otherwise, thank you so much for hearing this nomination.
Thank you. Okay. Kekula Kaipuni o Kekauliki. And I think that was Sesame Shim. Oh, come, yeah. You were going, okay, yes. Please, come on out. Yes, come on up. No, you can.
No, you
come
guys
up,
come.
Come on, down. Yeah.
Came all down the way to the
Yeah.
Capitol, and I was getting up in front of the stage.
Friendly house. Yeah, and you can pull up the chair right there too.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Aloha mai o Chair Inoue, Vice Chair Elefante, and members of the Committee on Water and Land. My name is Kikaulivi Farm. He hamana mai ke kula kaipuni o ke kaulike. Mahalo nui lo for the opportunity to testify in strong support for the selection of Hannah Springer to serve as Water Commission lawyer. As we continue to raise awareness about our worries over how our leo will be heard in protecting the water resource, we're grateful the governor followed the law and selected a nominee from this provided list, an outside candidate, Hannah Kihalani Springer. Given her standing as a highly respected culture practitioner, community leader, and as a lineal descendant of Ka'upulehu and Kuki'o, she fills a critical gap in the cultural knowledge currently lacking on the Water Commission. Water is not only essential no Keola, but for the continuation of the sacred legacy of our kupuna. Without it, the legacy ends with us. But with her deep commitment and cultural wisdom, Auntie Hannah stands ready to ensure that this legacy not only endures, but thrives for many generations to come. I respectively urge that the committee recommend that the Senate confirms Auntie Hannah's nomination. Mahalo for your time, Elono Kawai. Mahalo.
Mahalo.
Aloha Chair Ishinoe, Vice Chair Elefante, and members of the Committee on Water and Land. Ohoko a ki ko'i noa no kumuwiliwili mai au. O ke kula kai puni ki e o ke kaulike mamau I ke kula ue hele ana. Mahalo nui for the opportunity to submit testimony in strong support of the nomination of Hannah Kihalani Springer to serve as the Water Commission's lawyer. As an Opio who has the privilege of being grounded in Hawaii and emerged in Ike, Hawaii, I've come to see firsthand how vital our pilina to Wai truly is. Growing up in a time where water mismanagement and misguided decisions have become far too common, I've witnessed how greed, corruption, and moral failure have allowed the mismanagement and neglect of our Wai, treating this precious life-giving force as if it were limitless and dispensable. Kalamai. Our generation is living with the consequences of choices that did not prioritize sustainability, culture understanding, and long-term thinking. Auntie Hannah Springer committed her life to Malama Aina and Malama Wai, guided by Pono and Ike Kupuna. Her guidance can help restore balance to how we manage Wai, honoring both traditional practices and modern needs. For the sake of our future generations, I strongly urge the committee to recommend that the Senate advise and consent to Auntie Hannah Springer's nomination as outlined in GM 770. Mahalo for your time and thoughtful consideration. Olai kawai he ola no koleila.
Mahalo.
Aloha Chair Inoue, Vice Chair Elefante, and committee members. O no kanoke kumanaha koelani no hana me waluku mai mai o. Ayaw makapapa ume maki kulukai punyo ke kolike. Today I'm here to testify in strong ovo kanoke kumanaha koelani no hana ame waluku mai mai o. Ayaw makapapa ume maki kulukai punyo ke kolike. Today I'm here to testify in strong support of the election of Auntie Hannah Kihalani Springer to serve as the Water Commission lawyer. I stand on my written testimony, but like to share one major point with you. I come from a small community of Hana where many cultural traditions are practiced around water. Water is culture. It connects us to our past and is continuously found in our mo'olelo, oli, and mo'okuaho. Why keeps our culture traditions alive, like halo, terra farming, and fishing. Why builds pilina to our kupuna by keeping their ike alive in those Hawaiian practices. Because of Auntie Hannah's experiences and pilina with community, she has proven to be acknowledgeable and supportive of the ike. And I have faith that with her in the loyalty of Hawaiian culture practices across the Pae'aina of Hawaii will have a proper voice in decision making. I want water to be rightfully managed for the benefit of the people and land. In years from now, I want to see the abundance of Hawaii, thriving ecosystems from Moku to Makai, just as my kupuna's witness. Mahalo for your time.
Mahalo.
Aloha, I'm the Haukili Ohua Kanaile Hua Ke Aloha. Hemo haumana kai puni wau, ma ke kula kai puni o ke kolike. I am honored to express my strong support for the nomination of Hannah Kihalani Springer as the Water Commission's lawyer. After our many advocacies, we appreciate the governor's decision to select her, a manawahine and highly qualified individual who will bring much needed ike Hawai'i to the Water Commission. In Hawaiian traditions, as seen in the kumulipo, kanaka are interconnected to our resources. He wa'a, he moku, he moku, he wa'a. We as Hawaiians are constantly neglected and stripped of our traditions due to unethical decisions made about what we prioritize in the use of our wai. As a student of Kula Kaipuni o Kekolike, a hula practitioner, and a youth, I believe that appointing the knowledgeable and well-educated Auntie Hannah will ensure the preservation of wai in ways that benefit the collective. Her ability to bring people together, to find balanced solutions, and to encourage work as a collective will be crucial to the work of the commission moving forward. I respectfully urge the committee to recommend that the Senate advise and consent to Auntie Hannah Springer's nomination. Mahalo nui. Ole ka wai.
Mahalo as well, and we appreciate, I understand you folks traveled to get here, and we certainly appreciate that you of your age group has been active in politics and also in your community and the needs that so well needed caring. And we certainly appreciate that you folks are involved with the community. And I know we see you again because you were all here last year in our other issues before the committee. And we certainly appreciate that you took the time, but also be active. And a hui hou to you folks as well. The chair would like to recognize our colleague, Senator Tim Richards here. He is not on the committee, but he also chairs he's the chair of the Hawaiian Affairs Committee, and he represents Council District 4, Hawai'i Island, Hamakua, Kohala, Waimea, and appreciate your attendance, Senator. Okay, all right. Auntie Vicky, Holt, Dave, aloha, good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Appreciate your support.
Yes, aloha Chair Inori and Vice Chair Elefante and members of the committee. Mahalo nui loa. I was just on Hawai'i Island. Yeah, so my son is in from Hawai'i Island.
I know you told me that
Yeah.
sometime. That's why we enjoy seeing you
I
go to
know.
our island.
I'm so proud of the ROP.
Oh, yes.
So maybe Hannah, we can retire sometime soon. I see the next generation. that's
Exactly,
coming up. So
exactly.
mahalo nui loa. Stand on my written testimony, but I really want to thank all of you for entertaining this this hearing for GM 770 to honor Hannah Springer. I've known her for many, many years, and truly a loyal, truly someone who is fully qualified to serve on this commission, to do the best for our and represent our community well. So mahalo nui loa. Thank you.
Okay, mahalo, good to see you. All right, okay, let's do, we're running out of time soon, but we're going to accept those on Zoom IT. I'm going to call the names if they're prepared. Candace Fujikani.
Not present, Chair.
Okay, Leonard Nakoa.
Also not present.
Okay, Bianca Isaki.
Not present.
All right, Mana Vayakea.
Also not present.
Okay, and these are all in support, and they're offered to testify, but on Zoom. DeAndre Makakoa.
Also not present.
Okay, Kanolani Stewart.
Present.
Yes, mahalo.
Yeah.
You're back again. All right, good to see you again. Aloha.
Mahalo nui.
Proceed.
I don't even know. Hey Leo, kako o piha keia, no keia noho loea no anake Hannah, makeia noho make komike vai. Just wanted to first mahalo you guys for this opportunity again to testify in strong support of GM 770 for Auntie Hannah, for the Loea seat. Coming from Lahaina, we've been pretty strong advocates for our Vai for the past decade, always trying to show up for county and see where meetings that are addressing our Vai. And so as you know, this lower seat is extremely important for our Aina, as well as us as a people who love, care, and tend to Aina with the next generation in mind. And that is exactly what Auntie Hannah is for the best choice for this seat. I first met Auntie about 10 years ago while working with the Nature Conservancy Hawai'i. I just wanted to add on to what everyone else has already shared about her. She's extremely thoughtful about the generations to come. She values place-based knowledge. She is kama'aina, familiar to research data, and strives for restoration of productive and abundant aina. Since the 2023 fires, people all across the aina, across our pai aina, have learned how traditional practices support a stable and thriving environment. With her tremendous wisdom, knowledge, and experience, we believe that Auntie Hannah is a Pono leader, a strong advocate who is intimately familiar with and will prioritize these practices.
Mahalo. Mahalo for your support. Kalama Ehu Takahashi on Zoom.
Present. Sorry, I said Jeremy. I'm gonna just turn off my video fast. Aloha mai.
Aloha.
Pela pu me ka lela ana kumukanoe mea he wahileo mea kako piha ki ana ki e kora mea koho ia na maki ia no ko pono ku kako mo aina me na vai me ona mo mea ola. Just wanted to support the previous testimony as well as all of the others in support of GM 770 for Anake. She's involved in many many realms and many communities across Hawaii that are looking for Pono stewardship of their place, the stories, and then their inherent resources as well. And so I see her as the kohopono, or the correct choice for this type of seat, particularly when we have a lot of different issues coming up in Lahaina as well that will basically literally make or break our aquifer and other resources associated with those places and these resources. I look forward to seeing her in these meetings, and I just hope that we can find a way forward through all these things, particularly with things coming up in the next few weeks, such as sustainable yield and discussing what is the pono use or the proper uses of this resource. I hope that we can find a way to ensure that all of our community voices are heard, particularly our kama'aina, our keiki noho papa, the lineal descendants of our communities. And I just wanted to leave it at that, and we hope that we can see more loea, and more Hawaii in these positions, as we, the people of this place, are genetically, but
Thank you.
genealogically corrected.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Kamana Beamer, aloha, are you on Zoom?
Not present, Chair.
Okay, sends testimony in support. Lenson on Zoom.
Also not present.
Okay, we have members, 308 support communications. Is there anyone here who wants to come up and speak on behalf of GM 770? Okay. Good to see you.
Vilina Mai ke aloha.
Aloha.
Chair Lorraine, Senator, and others of the committee. I'm here only because I have known
I
Hannah
know
for
you, but you
long
have to
years.
tell us who you are again.
Kaliko-chan, I'm with the Department of Hawaiian Homelands, but I'm here in my personal capacity as a friend of Hannah's for a very long time. I
Because
was
you're a
to
Kona, yes, Kona girl, Big Island girl.
give you her, and you members, the wholehearted support of my ohana and kupuna, and they join with her generations of kupuna to give her support too. I know that she is thorough and meticulous in her research, and she loves to do research on everything, and she has already with Kona and Keaho being, of course, kama, as she says, to the aina of Kekaha Kona. She knows much already, but she will keep on learning, and with the help of her kupuna, who will help her also. And so I just wanted to state this. Frankly, we're relieved that it's finally the nominee,
Yes.
and we can all support it.
Mahalo. Mahalo, Kaliko. All right, okay. Yes, please. One more, and then we can have Anna up.
Raimomi Khan.
Thank you so much.
I am so sorry. I know you're short on time and I thought about, should I or shouldn't I? And then I felt like I should because I come from her generation. I have known her for over 20 years. When I was president of the Association of Hawaiian Civic Clubs, Hannah was an integral part to our leadership, to giving or to guiding us in making informed decisions on resolutions that came before us. I just wanted to say that her voice was respected then, and today it is respected. And even more important, she is a kupuna who mentors younger people. I have a niece that told me that she visited with Hannah. My niece was going for her doctorate, and how helpful she was. So she's open, she's sharing, she's an excellent mentor for our young people. Mahalo.
Mahalo too, as well. Okay, all right. Our GM 770, Hannah Springer. Aloha. Oh, okay, yeah. Have a seat. The chair will allow, Kamana, I understand you're on Zoom. Will it give you time?
Oh, yes, he's present, Chair. He just left the meeting.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm
Aloha, Kamana. Good
Hey,
seeing
aloha.
you.
Yes, aloha, my yeah. Yes,
Proceed.
kalamai, yes. Yes, just strong support for Auntie Hannah and stand together with everyone here in support.
Okay, all right. Well, we kind of miss you as well, since you left one of our commissions and your brothers. So we appreciate you taking time today. Mahalo.
Yes, mahalo, mahalo.
All right. Okay. All right. Miss 770. We should go back to saying our Hannah Springer. Aloha.
Aloha. Me ka ha'a. Mai ko kako ko ma ko aina aloha o ke kaha vai ole o nā kona, the dry lands of Kona. Aloha.
Aloha.
Aloha as well. Certainly, I think we're at the point today, and I'm happy that before end of session, we're able to have you here. And I think it's a weight that many here and many out there has been looking forward to it, and pleased that we're at this point. We have a qualified person, one that is, as we sat and chatted, and I've known Auntie Hannah all of my life on the Big Island, and has been very impressed that we were able to sit down and hear her speak and some of the questions that we raised, and for her outstanding response that our members have received as well. So going forward, you know, what are the goals that you know, you want to accomplish, you know, during at least the first term that you have, and we're going to enjoy having you for the first term expiration on June 30th, 2028. And here we are.
The first question that I would ask is, Aya ihea ka waya kane? Is Kane in the heavens? Is Kane being fetched by the forest? Is Kane percolating from the forest to the aquifer, and from the aquifer, does Kane travel to the sea? I'll be looking to see where people intercept Kane. I'll be looking to see where people interact with Kane. And are we respectful? Are we manipulative? I'll be looking to see if we use the best technology and the best critical thinking that we have to be worthy of the time that we spend with Kane. Too often in this time, as a citizen, observing the goings-on, Hawai'i. I see responsible water resources management and progressive housing development being cast as mutually exclusive to one another, when rightfully so, they're mutually dependent upon one another. You know, I think about the ike and the mana'o of the po'ikahiko, and you wouldn't build a lo'i where you did not have the water. The same thing with the places where we live. We need to be better at citing land use that is appropriate to the water resources that are readily available, and learn better how to grow the water and manage it with pono. So I look forward to being a part of that conversation. We may not always be in agreement, but we can show respect. We can be curious about one another. And as I heard, we can aloha ike kahi. So hana pono mau. We work together in righteousness.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, I think I may have asked you or shared with you a bill that I had introduced last year. And more so, a bill that has to do with the commission. And I shared this as well with Kira when she was appointed, when she came on as the director of CWORM, who replaced Kaleo Manuel. From 1979, under Governor Ariyoshi, the request from the Water Commission was to create an authority that the Water Commission be independent and become their own authority. And Bill Patey at that time, the commission requested to the governor that that commission be independent. 1984, it was approached again to the legislature. We're in 2025. Again, it appeared before the legislature, before my time and before many of us here in the early 1992, I believe. As a former planning commissioner for Hawai'i Island, and as well as you were thereafter, it's so important that we preserve the ice. Now, the bill that I created and I introduced was to do that to make sure that our Water Commission becomes its own authority. It passed the Senate and it's got stuck in the House. Okay, I tried again and it's still stuck. Okay, so hopefully next year, when you're already in place, that we can understand the thought behind it, the importance of CWORM, be as independent as possible. Take out the politics from the management. Right now, if some of you don't understand how it's created, and those on Zoom, the governor appoints the DLNR director, and between the two of them, then they will decide how CWORM is managed. The difference between that and an authority is the authority members, the commissioners, will appoint the executive director. So it's the maintenance and the management of the commission itself. And I think it's about time that we venture and hopefully be as independent as possible. And we're all here, we got elected to do the people's work. And I believe that CWORM and the commissions that we appoint and confirm that you are able to do your work without the politics involved. And I am sure, and Auntie Vicky has been nodding her head because she came twice to come and testify during the times we had the hearing for that. Hopefully that we have all of you back when we hear our measure next year again. So how do you feel about that?
It's an intriguing proposition. In my young citizenship, when the time of the 1978 Constitutional Convention came to pass, I looked with respect to the likes of Makua Pedi, Makua Sterling, Makua DeSoto. And of course, that was also the time of the Chief Justice Richardson. So it was intriguing to see the aspirations of Na Hawai'i be put forward in that setting. Watched with interest as the work of the commission has come to be and has evolved. My primary duty as a trustee would be first to be loyal to the trust, to expose it, to no harm, to not be involved with any conflict of interest, and to make sure that the beneficiaries of the trust are duly informed to the administration, the management, and the work that is to be done on behalf of the trust. So I would look with great interest and weigh judiciously and prudently the measure is presented to us. I look forward to every aspirational and practical application that will best serve Kane Kawaiʻola and Na Hawai'i Nei. So I look forward to hearing the measure. I look forward to reading it and studying it and voting appropriately on it, should it come before me.
Mahalo.
Thank you.
Okay, members, any questions or comments you'd like to share? Otherwise, I think we're down to some time that we have our resolutions. However, we are going to make decision now on the GMs instead of waiting after the resolutions. So, sure, Senator DeCourt.
Just really quick, I just would like to thank you and all of the nominees for being here today. Also, I did spend some time with Hannah, I think it was yesterday or the day before, yes. But I did want to thank you. I believe that the governor did make the right choice. I believe that you will stand strong with our lahui, making sure to protect our cultural practices and the traditional values that we hold very dear to our hearts. I could tell from the time that we had together that you're very stern, but that also we could use that to benefit and advance who we are as a people. I know that also you will make the best judgment calls and not be pressured when it comes to maybe some executive decisions, whatever that may be. But, you know, it really did remind me, and I just really encouraged through Auntie Pilahi Paki, who had shared, because right now the times that we're in environmentally, but also in her quote, she had said that the world who is looking for peace will look to Hawaii because Hawaii has the key and that key is aloha. And I feel that that spirit very much resonates with you as well. I know that you'll make pono decisions. I know you'll be strong when it's time to be strong, and you'll show aloha when it's time to show aloha. So with that, I just wanted to say thank you very much for your service. Thank you for all that you have done for our lahui and beyond. And seeing our opio here is really a reflection of your leadership skills, and to see the young ones really want to gravitate towards that. I was very moved and I was very compelled with your testimonies and everybody that was here today. But I did just want to say that. Thank you very much. Mahalo.
All right, yes, Senator
I want
McKelvey.
to thank all the nominees, since we're voting on all the nominees, right? And so I want to thank all of them for stepping up and providing instrumental service, and particularly to Hannah, and your wisdom, especially in the Oda Well thing, which I just was reading about, is going to be absolutely critical in providing guidance for the commission. And your measured approach and your view on housing too, it was really aligned with what I think. So I want to thank all of you, and I just look forward to the official vote to advise and consent.
Okay, all right. Yes, Senator Elefante.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just some brief comments. I just want to thank each and every one of you who have answered the call to serve, whether it's on the Kirk or Auntie Hannah for serving on Seaworm. Thank you, Madam Chair, for holding this hearing. I did spend some time with all the nominees, and I do believe all of them are very well qualified and have the passion to serve. Thank you.
All right. Okay, the Committee on Water and Land is going into decision making. on all of the governor's nominees.
Testimony.
Oh, okay. All right.
Testimony.
Okay, all right, we're
We're
gonna,
gonna leave you guys
Okay.
testimony behind you.
you're disturbing my meeting, but anyway, thank you. Okay, all right. Okay, yes, all right. Just for your information, today annually, the Senate and the House creates and makes Easter baskets. And I think this year is going into the women in I think the prisons and domestic violence and making sure that they have a nice Easter. And annually, I don't know who this year's, it's one of our reps or both of our reps, and there's a contest going on. We don't know who they are. Okay, let's proceed.
She was for the Big Island.
Okay, maybe it's the one that I voted for. Let's proceed. Let's proceed. The Committee on Water and Land for GM 745. The nominee of Thorne Abbott, the term to expire June 30th, 2029, to the Natural Area Reserve System Commission. Chair's recommendation is to advise and consent. Any discussions? Hearing none, Vice Chair for the vote. Chair goes aye.
Chair's recommendations to advise and consent on GM 745. Chair and Vice Chair vote aye. Senator Chang.
Aye.
Senator McKelvey.
Yes.
Senator DeCourt.
Aye.
Madam Chair, recommendations adopted.
Okay, thank you. GM 783, Benton Pang, term to expire June 30th, 2028, to the Kaho'olawe Island Reserve Commission. Chair's recommendation is to advise and consent. Okay, any discussions? Hearing none, Vice Chair for the vote. Chair goes aye.
Chair's recommendations to advise and consent on GM 783 of the 5 members present. Any no votes or votes or reservations? Hearing none, Madam Chair, recommendations adopted.
Okay, Mahalo, GM 762, for consideration and confirmation to the Kaho'olawe Island Reserve Commission, Jansen Chalk, term to expire June 30th, 2029. Any discussions? Okay. Hearing none, Chair's recommendation is to advise and consent. Okay. Vice Chair for the vote. Chair goes aye.
Chair's recommendations to advise and consent on GM 762 of the 5 members present. Any no votes or votes or reservations? Hearing none, Madam Chair, recommendations adopted.
Okay, for GM 770, Hannah Springer, term to expire June 30th, 2028. Consideration and confirmation to the Commission on Water Resource Management. Chair's recommendation is to advise and consent. Any discussions? Hearing none, Vice Chair for the vote. Chair goes aye.
Chair's recommendations to advise and consent on GM 770 of the 5 members present. Any no votes or votes or reservations? Hearing none, Madam Chair, recommendations adopted.
Okay, congratulations and IT, the committee is going to take a short recess before we go into our resolutions because we'd like to congratulate our commissioners as well and have some picture taking. Thank you. The Committee on Water and Land is now back into its agenda. We were in recess and we will proceed with the agenda of April 11th on the resolutions before us. On HCR 40, urging the Department of Land and Natural Resources and other state agencies to work with committed community groups to co-steward community forests located on public lands for the betterment of the state forests communities. DLNR, Heather, yes.
Heather McMillan, Urban and Community Forester with DLNR. We stand on our written testimony and full support of this resolution.
Mahalo, thank you so much. Olan Fisher, testifying for Kuaina Ulu Aumo, and this is Kua. In support, Purple Maya Foundation, in support, Irene Spector of the Hawaii Forest Industry Association, in support. Is there anyone else wishing to speak to HCR 40? Come forward. Okay, hearing none, members, any questions? Then we'll proceed with HCR 122, House Draft 1. And this is requesting the Department of Land and Natural Resources to establish a collaborative working group to survey, identify, and monitor culturally sensitive shorelines impacted by erosion. Okay, Lenala, Lei, Oha.
Yes, mahalo, Chair. Oha Sandon's written testimony in support of this.
Okay, mahalo. Any questions, members? Is there anyone else wishing to speak to HCR 122, House Draft 1? Okay, hearing none, we will proceed with HCR 128, House Draft 1, reaffirming the state's obligation to uphold the constitutional rights of its people by recognizing the critical role of fresh water in maintaining healthy nearshore marine ecosystems. Okay, DLNR, you're up.
Aloha, Kira Kahahane, DLNR Commission on Water Resource Management will stand on our written testimony in support of this resolution. Mahalo.
Okay, and no suggested amendments or anything, just complete. All
We're
right.
very happy with the language that's in there.
Okay, well, we're happy to. All right, okay, Wayne Tanaka, on Zoom. Okay, that's right, he was still, okay, he sends communication in support. On Zoom, Sayara Jacobs Williams, aloha.
Aloha.
Proceed. Welcome.
Thank you. Aloha, Chair, Vice Chair, members of the committee. I'm a social work student at the University of Hawaii at Manoa, and I'm here today in strong support of HCR 128 HD1. I believe that this resolution addresses something fundamental to Hawaii, the importance of protecting freshwater resources, not only for environmental reasons, but also for the well-being of communities, cultural survival, and justice. Freshwater is more than a resource. It is a living part of our ecosystems, integral to the health and our nearshore waters, and deeply rooted in Native Hawaiian knowledge and practices. When that flow is interrupted or polluted, it does harm not only to nature, but to the communities who have always cared for and depended on these waters for generations. As a future social worker, I see how this resolution is directly tied to competency 10 of the social work professional framework. This competency calls on us to engage with, honor, and respect Indigenous cultures and knowledge systems, and to critically examine how colonial structures have historically marginalized these voices. Supporting this resolution is one way we can move toward decolonized professional practice. It is a step toward acknowledging the wisdom of Native Hawaiian stewardship and standing in solidarity with their efforts to protect the Aina and Vai. Thank you. Mahalo for your time and opportunity to testify today.
Thank you for being with us today, and thank you for your testimony. Jenny Yagodich, Malama Pupukea Waimea, sends communication in support, as well as the marine advocates, Olan Fisher, Malia He Muli, Chris Kramer, and Uilani Naipo. Is there anyone else wishes to speak to HCR 128 HD1? And Mr. Tanaka, we called you. We welcome you back. Thank you very much. We'll proceed with HCR 191, House Draft 1, requesting the Department of Land and Natural Resources to convene a Kailua Bay Advisory Working Group. Okay, DLNR, I don't see Megan here as well, but they're sent in testimony. Carolyn Anderson, HTA. Okay, and Angela Young, are you on Zoom?
Not present, Chair.
All right, okay, sends communication in support. Anyone else wishes to speak to HCR 191, House Draft 1? Seeing none, then let's proceed then, members, going into decision making on the resolutions before us. Okay. For HCR 40, Chair's recommendation that we pass this measure as is, 1 second. Okay, no technicals, all right. As is, and DLNR's written testimony was in strong support. Chair's recommendation is to pass this measure as is. Any discussions? Okay, hearing none, Vice Chair for the vote. Chair goes aye.
Chair's recommendation is to pass HCR 40 unamended. Chair and Vice Chair vote aye. Senator Chang is excused. Senator McKelvey.
Yes.
Senator DeCourt.
Aye.
Madam Chair, recommendations adopted.
Okay, thank you. HCR 122 requesting DLNR to establish a collaborative working group to survey, identify, and monitor culturally sensitive shorelines impacted by erosions. Chair's recommendation is to pass this measure as is. Any discussions? Hearing none, Vice Chair for the vote. Chair goes aye.
Chair's recommendation is to pass HCR 122 unamended of the 4 members present. Any no votes or votes or reservations? Hearing none, Madam Chair, your recommendation is adopted.
Okay, thank you. HCR 128, reaffirming the state's obligation to uphold the constitutional rights of its people by recognizing the critical role of freshwater in maintaining healthy nearshore marine ecosystems. Chair recommends that we pass this measure as is. Any discussions? Hearing none. Vice Chair for the vote. Chair goes aye.
Chair's recommendation is to pass HCR 128 unamended of the 4 members present. Any no votes or reservations? Hearing none, Madam Chair, recommendations adopted.
Okay, thank you. Chair's recommendation on HCR 191 to pass this measure as is. Any discussions? Okay, hearing none. Vice Chair for the vote. Chair goes aye.
Chair's recommendation is to pass HCR 191 unamended of the 4 members present. Any no votes or reservations? Hearing none, Madam Chair, recommendations adopted.
Okay, thank you, members. This concludes our water and land hearings, getting ready for conference. All right, good luck, everyone. Thank you.